Brittany. So, um, today's gonna be a different kind of video. It's gonna be a little more personal video of 5 facts you probably don't know about me, or not probably, but that you don't know, but you will. And before I get into that, yeah, my hair's trimmed just a bit, and yeah, my hair is dyed. And for those who don't know, I have natural strawberry blonde hair, but there is a story time that I'm going to share with that fact. So yeah, yeah, so yeah, definitely, and I'm happy with how it turned out. And there's some things I need to show you. So right there, from what you see, is the spirit stallion of the Cimarron poster. I know it looks far, so let me get real close so you can see it. And there's another poster I have that I haven't shared with anyone yet, not even on Twitter, so you're in for a surprise. So hang on. Alright, and here it is up close. Sorry for the glare. That's just coming from the window and the sunlight reflecting on it, but yes, it is in the glass frame. So yeah, now I'm going to show you my other poster I got. Alright, so there's another poster I have, although it's not shown in here, in this video, but it's right there because that's where I decided to put it. So let me just try to move this. I'm sorry if you hear that sound. It's actually a box on the, on the tray. I'm so sorry. Okay. Okay, so yes, I now have a Back to the Future poster, and it just looks great, and I love it because I love Back to the Future. And so yeah, I got it recently and I decided to put it up there, and yeah, so it just looks great. Hey, no, let me pause this for a sec. And there you have it. Yeah, so I have 2 posters of my favorite movies, but of course that one's a bit smaller, and it's right there near my door, which is near my bed, and the Back to the Future poster that I just showed you is right there on that wall where the chair is at. And yes, I do have a chair there, and that's where I sit at, whether if I'm either sitting down for a live stream or if I'm doing my podcast, because I like to sit there so I could, get comfortable and everything. So yeah, and what I'm also planning on doing is that with the empty space right here on this wall, I'm planning to put 2 other posters here because there's just a little bit more space. And so right here I want to put right above the nightstand, I want to put a big nice Jurassic Park poster because I think it'll look really great right there. So that is my goal, and that's what I want to do. So yes, so yeah, new things here, my hair, my posters, and yeah, and I love it. So yeah, I would say with the posters on the wall, yeah, it's really starting to feel like a room. So, and of course I have a cute bunny calendar over there. So yeah, so now to get right into the facts, the 5 you don't know about me facts. So one is that I went to an acting and modeling agency. I did, but I didn't went there for long, and I didn't stay there long. Because at the time when I was living in California, it was the year 2011 where I was actually, um, yeah, where I went to this modeling and acting agency, but it was out in Beverly Hills. And so of course, it was a long drive. So from where I lived at the time, I'm trying to think, I think it was, what, 5? I'm not sure, maybe 3, 4, 5 hours to get there. Um, but yeah, so like I said, I didn't stay there long, but the experience of it was actually quite interesting, and it was just, I would say it was great because I didn't even know, like, about certain things, like, of what they would teach you. But of course, I did had drama class when I was in high school, but of course, taking an acting class in this agency, it was just quite different, but it was very helpful too, and I felt like I learned some things that that were quite new to me, so I was like, oh, okay, so yeah. And of course with the modeling class as well, because yeah, because I went there, I think, on Saturdays. Yeah, I think I had to go there at least once a week, but I only went there like three times, maybe 4 times, and that was it. Only because it was really expensive, so I couldn't continue to go there because of that. So yeah, and the funny thing is, I didn't even know this, but my my teacher, um, who did the modeling class, she actually came out in some commercials. I think she came out in a, what was it? Some kind of uh allergy relief commercial. I think it was either I think it was one of those, yeah, it was something like that. I would have to look for it, but yeah, she was my teacher. I forgot her name, but yeah, she was my teacher for the modeling class. So yeah, and yeah, it was just quite interesting. Two, for those who may not know this, I don't know if I have any pictures of it, but if I do, I might have to show you. But two, so at the time when I was a teen, I forgot how old I was. I'm really trying to think. I think I was either 15 or 16. And at that time, I thought maybe it would be nice to have like light blonde streaks, kind of like a light platinum blonde, to have as streaks, just like, not like big streaks, but just very light streaks going down here. But okay, so as I just when I thought I was gonna get some just streaks on my hair, turns out it did not happen that way. This whole thing went completely wrong because I did not this was not done well. So of course what happened was, because I remember when it says to leave it on, and then of course to rinse it off, and in the shower and everything. So of course, even after doing that, I somehow I was just excited because I thought, okay, I'm gonna get some streaks. I'm like, okay, this is gonna be new. And I gotta tell you, it was not that. I did not end up getting streaks like skinny light streaks like I thought I would. No, instead this hair dye, the platinum blonde, completely took over my hair from here all the way to here. And I was so shocked. Not only was I shocked seeing this, but I was actually upset. I was so sad because I thought I didn't wanted this. Because I had naturally strawberry blonde hair, which I still do. As a matter of fact, I still do. It's just that with that platinum blonde hair dye, that completely took over my head. So I look like Draco Malfoy, female version of the character, Harry Potter character, if you don't know. So, like I said, I was so upset. I was so sad that it just took over my head completely, and that I no longer saw my strawberry blonde hair. And yeah, I was sad, but I remember thinking, okay, you know what? This was a mistake, and I am never gonna do this ever again. I'm never gonna plan on either getting streaks or to completely change my hair color completely, because of course I would never change that. But at some point the hair dye did start to fade, but when it started to fade, it didn't exactly, let's just say the hair dye itself wasn't fading fast. You know, it wasn't, because I don't think hair dye does that where it fades kind of fast. But as it was fading and I can see it was starting to go away, but it took a long time. It took until, let me see, I think, because yeah, by the time it got to here, to the ends of my hair, I would say that was around maybe, oh boy, I would say 2015, 2016, around there. So it took years for it just to completely fade away completely, because I no longer wanted it on me. And so, like I said, as it did fade away, which took years to fade away, I noticed that I feel like it kind of dimmed my natural strawberry blonde hair. But thankfully, you know, of course, I still have my natural strawberry blonde hair. But it's like now, what I have to do is that, it's like now I have to get a certain kind of light platinum blonde hair dye just to dye it from here and pretty much all of it, just to get my natural hair color back. So yeah, I think I would have to keep doing that. I feel like I would have to keep dyeing it, you know, just to keep the natural hair color, because I want to keep this hair color of my natural strawberry blonde. I want to keep it all the way up until when I'm 100. So that's the story, and that's what happened. So yeah, I wish I never have thought about getting streaks at the time, because I didn't know that there's just some things you have to do before getting streaks. So yeah, I am not gonna do that again. No, you know, definitely not. And another thing you guys probably don't know about me is that I talk in my sleep. Now, I'm pretty sure there's other people that probably do talk in their sleep, maybe even maybe walk in our sleep, but for those who do it, I think that's a little bit more scary than talking in your sleep. Um, and you might be wondering, how do I know this? Because there was a time where when I was sleeping, and then when I was dreaming of something, and as I was having this dream, I remember I was saying something. I remember I was saying like, no, no, something was going on, and then so by the time the dream was over, I woke up. I woke up hearing myself talking in my sleep, where I was saying like, no, no, So I think there was something that was going on that was either that I think that was really sad. So I just kept saying no, and so yeah, that's what happened. And after I heard myself and I woke up to hearing myself talking in my sleep, I was like, I talk in my sleep? Well, of course, um, just want to say, I think for those, I would say who are deep sleepers, like, we don't even know what it is that we might do in our sleep, or if we do talk in our sleep, what is it that we say, And I think depending what we're dreaming about, and if we happen to say something in the dream, that we say it in our sleep as well. And I don't think it's something that anyone's quite aware of, especially if you're a deep sleeper. Now, I, for one, am a deep sleeper, so because I am, I don't even know what I do in my sleep. Even if I do something very silly in my sleep, or I don't know what I might even say in my sleep, whether depending what's going on, depending if I'm saying something out of feeling sad or mad or confused, happy, or could be anything, or even scared. I know there was one time where I was having this dream where I was so scared that I was screaming, but thankfully I was not actually screaming in my sleep. But when I woke up where I found myself with my mouth open, like I was screaming, even though there was no sound coming out. So I would say that was kind of scary, but at the same time kind of funny, because I remember at some point after I woke up like that, I remember my mouth was slowly closing, and all of a sudden I just continued sleeping. So yeah, I just thought that was funny. And of course, yeah, like I said, I do think I do talk in my sleep, and I think there are times I do wake up to hearing myself talking in my sleep, but of course, most of the time, I don't think I'm just aware, because I'm just a deep sleeper. So, yeah. And another thing that's happened before is that there was a time where, or there's been times before, where I would have certain dreams, especially very realistic, passionate, kissing dreams. And so whenever I would have those dreams, of course it would feel so real. And it would feel really good too. But the thing is, there have been times where when that's going on in the dream, and then I would actually wake up to where my face is actually right on the pillow, like this. So it actually looks like I'm kissing my pillow in my sleep, when actually, there was something else that was going on in the dream, because there would be this guy that I'm with, and, we're kissing, but it's, very, passionate. So yeah, that would be going on. So yeah, there's just some things I've woken up to, and there's some things that have happened while I'll be in a deep sleep, either hearing myself saying something or end up doing something and I wake up to it, I'm like, what? Just like kind of confused. Another fact is that I met, a long time ago, I met an actress, Irene Bedard, and I met her at a powwow. By that time, I think, I'm really trying to think, I was either 10 or 11, and of course, she was the voice of Pocahontas, and she was in other movies too, and she was in the movie Smoke Signals, which is also a really good movie. So, yeah, I remember, okay, so I was at the powwow with my older sister and my younger sister and my mom, and we went there. We were just, having a great time there, but she was there. And there was like, this like little stand, and, behind her were posters of the movies that she came out in. And so she was actually signing autographs. So she signed one for my older sister, one for me, and she was really kind. She was so sweet. And I gotta say, even though I was a little nervous, but at the same time, I don't think I was too nervous because I was just calm. But I think most of all, I was just happy to see her and just to meet her in person, even if it was maybe, I don't know, maybe seconds or even for like a minute. But that was just great. And yeah, she was just really sweet. And I do have her autograph in a frame somewhere, but I just gotta find it. And when I do, I will definitely show you guys and I'll put it up for sure. And so another fact you guys don't know about. Now, of course, this is something I have been keeping to myself, but you guys are now gonna know. So, I do in fact have secret celebrity crushes, and you're probably wondering, okay, who are they? Well, I'll tell you. So, okay, so I think one of them I have mentioned, which I think I had probably mentioned a little too soon, and that's, of course, Chris Pine. Um, yeah, I had a crush on him since I was 13 because of the Princess Diaries 2. I mean, who can blame me? Um, so yeah, Chris Pine, and here's another one too, is that now this is something that of course my sister knows, my mom knows, but as for everyone else doesn't know, which you now know, and that's Gerard Butler, who now I think some of you might know him as in that movie 300. I don't like that movie though. I don't know if I can ever watch it again, but some of you might also know him as other roles, including the musical movie of The Phantom of the Opera, and he plays the Phantom himself. And I gotta say, even at that time, I was 13. So, yeah, I think you say when I was 13, I was having these crushes both on Chris Pine and Gerard Butler. So, yeah, and I still do. And so, and that's because ever since I saw The Phantom of the Opera, I think that was the first movie I saw with Gerard Butler, and not only I thought he was just handsome, but I thought he's just a really good actor, and I really do love his performance. as the Phantom, and even the fact that he actually sings. Now, I know some people might complain about the way he sings in movies, is that it's not really like a real opera singer. And yes, even though I do notice that, but at the same time, I don't care, because to me he still sings really good, and I just love um, his performance in that movie. And yeah, even his character, I feel like it's just uh, I feel like the way he sings, and I just feel like in a way it's just not only really good, but I feel like in a way it kind of puts you in the trance. If you know what I mean. If anyone has ever felt that, let me know. Whether if it is with his performance, or whether if there's a celebrity crush that you have that maybe that puts you in the trance, because yeah, it's not just Gerard Butler that does that, that puts me in a daydreaming kind of trance, but others do that too. Sorry, my throat's getting a little dry. Okay, and now, so those are the other two that you do know. And the other one I think you guys should know is that, now there is one, in fact, that even though he had already passed away, but the thing is, I just have this secret crush on him, only because, he really was a great actor, and because I believe he deserves a lot more recognition, just like any other celebrities who do get recognized. And of course, I have mentioned him on my channel, on my videos before, and that is JT Walsh. So yeah, so if you ever come across his movies, you'll see like how great of an actor he was. And yeah, and also with the fact that just like with the other two, is that yeah, he was also, very handsome, I gotta admit. And he also just had this very distinguished voice, which I actually really like. And yeah, and of course, I just love his performances. And of course, there is a lot of movies I've seen of his, but there's just other movies I haven't seen yet. And so what I've been doing is that every month I'll try to look up on those movies that I haven't seen. And of course, there are some that are free to watch, and then there are just some where there aren't free, and there are some where, of course, it shows is either not there, somehow you can't find it, and it's nowhere to be watched. But yeah, I try to find ones that are free, only because I feel like it's just easier to find movies that are free to watch, other than those that you have to pay for, only because it's like, no, I don't want to have to pay. um but yeah, so now you know of that. Now I would say even that itself, even he was also this long secret crush, that no one knew about, and I didn't tell anyone. Well, except for now. So now you guys know. So yeah, that's that, and I hope you guys enjoy this. Um, like getting to know a little bit more about me, and all of that. So yeah, and this has been quite interesting. So yeah, so I'm also, what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna plan on doing a Q&A video. I would say every season, so it's like I'll do a Q&A video like the first month of spring, which is March, and the first, just like every season, so like one in spring, summer, fall, and winter. So that's pretty much what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna do one this month, so if you have any questions, feel free to ask, and I'll answer those questions, and I'll do a Q&A video when I can. I don't want to sneeze. Ugh. Oh, my eyes twitching. I'm sorry if this feels a little long. I'm sorry, but I just had to. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and so yeah, next time I will be doing a movie review, and what am I gonna review? I don't know, but we'll just have to wait and see. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and for more movie content, reactions, and dreams, subscribe and click on the bell so you'll be notified when I upload. That's all for today, and I'll see you at the movies.